Hello, and welcome back to Raghav TV for yet another live stream. Today we have everyone's favorite DrogBaba, and in today's live stream, we'll be talking about all the recent transfer news, not only regarding Chelsea, of course, Baba's club, and Barcelona, but all transfers in general. We'll go through them one by one. So, yeah, big up Ankit. He's doing a live as well. So big up. Do subscribe to everyone's channel, and his link is given in the description. So if any of you don't haven't subscribed to him already, do subscribe to his channel. And Baba, please do introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much, Raghav, for inviting me. So, I am Shashwat, also known as DrogBaba, a Chelsea fan, and just passionate football enthusiast, trying to make content on football. That's about it.
That's great to hear. Let's started off with football because as of now nothing has been happening in the Chelsea market, but
Hmm.
we are expecting a lot of things to be happening, but nothing as of now. So what do you think about that?
I think as Chelsea fans, we have to be patient. We need to be patient, and we just need to give the new owner some time because uh, it is not easy, for new owners to come in and start going about business as usual because the things are not that simple. If we look at, the club takeover, then if we talk about how the transfers work, the reason why all the Chelsea fans like me are getting impatient and are feeling nervous because of the business that the other clubs around us are doing. For example, Manchester City and Liverpool have already wrapped up the two biggest transfers of this season. Real Madrid have gone on and sealed Chouamani's transfer, and Spurs have already confirmed three signings. Perisic is done. Then
Mm,
they are
Foster.
yes, they are very close to Bissouma also, and Kulusevski
Hmm.
was also done in the
Yeah.
January transfer window. So I think that is something which is every Chelsea fan is worried about. But yeah, it will take time, but we have to be patient. We have no choice right now but to be patient.
I mean, makes sense. Makes sense. About your centre backs leaving
Mhm.
and coming in, of course, Rudiger leaving to Real Madrid and Christensen coming to Barca.
Mhm.
So, I mean, as of now, the rumors are that of Kunde, but who do you think? I mean, you'll definitely need two or three centre backs, if I'm not wrong.
Mhm.
So, other than Kunde, who do you think Chelsea are targeting, and how practical is it to bring them to Chelsea?
I mean, there was a slight link up with Josko Guardiol of Leipzig. He was linked
Yeah,
with
he's a
Chelsea.
good player.
Then Koulibaly, we have sent an offer to him, but I don't think he will come. He only wants a Barcelona move. And apart from those two, I think Matthias Delete Chelsea is also interested in Matthias Delete, but his valuation is something that we need to take care of. I mean, 120 million is not a cakewalk these days. So I think apart from Kunda, I don't really see any other transfers happening. I think it will be like we have to go with our academy graduates. Apart from that, I don't think so that there are any realistic options or practical options right now which are listed.
Hmm. Even about that Kunde transfer, and now recently rumors have been coming this past week. He's
Hmm.
being linked with Barca, and
Hmm.
today we have our economic discussion in the assembly. So if that goes through, we'll be
Hmm.
generating 700 million in funds. So
Hmm.
that will basically allow us to make signings for the upcoming season. So
Hmm.
do you see him going to Barca if we secure the funds, or do you think he will still come to Chelsea?
See, different sources are reporting different things. The sources close to Barca are saying that he wants to join Barca. The
Hmm, hmm,
sources
hmm.
close to Chelsea are saying that 2 weeks ago everything is done. Only the
Hmm,
paperwork
hmm,
needs
hmm,
to be
hmm.
signed. So
Hmm.
it is very difficult to make out what is happening right now. But I think if Chelsea lose out on Kunde in such situation, like for example, Barcelona is in its worst position as far as financials are concerned, right? So
Definitely.
if in this scenario also you can't win the transfer battle against Barcelona, then it is an absolute shame. So Chelsea have to, get Koundé. There is no option.
What do you think? Who will you pick to replace Lukaku? Is it going to be Gabriel Jesus? Yes, we'll talk about that as well because he's being linked with a move to Arsenal and Chelsea as of now. And what do you think about Gabriel Jesus?
See, I have always maintained this, that you have to, first sort out your defenses. Then then you have to go after the attackers. Jesus is a good player, no doubt about it. But first you sort your defenses out. You first get couple of center backs. You first get, wing backs backup. You need to have a backup for either Chilwell or Reece James, because we saw last season what
Hmm.
happened when they got injured. And then you need a midfielder also. Then Dembele might also come. So
That's
this
another
is
rumor.
last in the priority, because I don't think a striker is a pressing need right now. We can do with Havertz as our main man and Armando Broja as his backup. So I don't think that we need to, really go all out to replace Lukaku. Gabriel Jesus is a
Hmm.
good player, but he is very lower down in the priority, I think. If our other places, other positions on the field would have been sorted, then I think it would have made sense to go after Jesus, but not right now.
Not right now, but you do rate Jesus. That's the thing right now. Okay, Abhishek says
Yeah, he's a
hi,
good,
and
decent player. He
hello,
has proved
Abhishek.
himself with the City, but right now I don't think that we really
Hmm.
need him.
Hmm. So, like it's, I mean, staying on that topic, talking about Lukaku, that saga still continues of Romelu Lukaku, and I mean, reports coming out that he's possibly heading to Inter on loan, if I'm not wrong.
Hmm.
If I'm right about that reports which I've
Hmm.
read, and
Hmm.
I mean that's another. I mean that's such a failed transfer for you. I mean it looked like the dream signing last season,
Hmm.
coming returning back to Chelsea after
Yep.
the season he had at Inter.
Yep. Yep.
So I mean I've seen a lot of videos where you have talked about Romelu Lukaku.
Hmm.
So in short, if you had to say something about Lukaku and the saga transfer saga.
I mean, it is really sad that the things are ending this way, and I, you know, still after all that fiasco, I was backing Lukaku, because I always, give players time. I don't tend to be reactionary so often that, okay, he's not
Hmm,
worked
hmm,
for
hmm,
us, throw him out of the club. He said some bad things, throw him out of the club. I was like, give him a chance, give him a season more, and
hmm,
then you make a judgment. Then it will be fair to judge him. But now that whatever reports I'm reading, that he has directly contacted the Inter management, he has directly spoken with Simeon Inzaghi.
hmm,
He is, I mean, looking at Inter as a dream move again. So
hmm,
all
hmm,
these
hmm, hmm.
things, really frustrate me as a Chelsea fan. So there is nothing really much to say. And okay, he has committed a mistake by, opting to sign for Chelsea. That is all I can say.
Hmm. Okay.
There's nothing, and still he was the top scorer that season.
I mean,
Last season he was a top scorer, so that's the funny part.
hmm,
Even in his worst season, he was the top scorer for his team. So
but
the
so,
caliber is there, the talent is there, but the desire to play is not there. So you can't win.
hmm, so I think that's pretty much the rumors linking with Chelsea. If I'm not wrong, is there any other transfer that you've been linked with?
No, no, there are. I mean, two, three goalkeepers that we are linked with. Apart from that, there is nothing.
That I mean,
Nothing worth paying attention to.
then let's jump to the pretty much the signings of the season. If I'm not wrong, is Haaland to City and Nunes to Liverpool. I mean, these two signings have been the statement signings of this summer, and arguably I would say that Haaland is the signing of the season, and especially with, I mean, the amount of money that they've signed him for. And last season he was being linked with a move for about 200 million, and to sign him for 60-65 million is absolutely great business from City. And
Mhm.
I'll ask the question that everyone has been asking: is this the final piece of Manchester City's puzzle to win a Champions League?
Looks like it because I mean, if you see not only Haaland but Julian Alvarez, then Marc Cucurella, now Calvin Phillips has also agreed terms with with Man City. So I think it's a cracker jack of a transfer window if City are able to pull all of these transfers. And definitely, Haaland gives you 30 goals easily in a season. And if and it's not like it's just another team or just another manager. It's Pep Guardiola and Man City. So it's a recipe for success, in my opinion. But it's a good reply by Liverpool also, breaking their bank to get Nunes. I thought that it would be a huge gap again between City and Liverpool because Mane leaving and Haaland arriving at City creates a huge gap. But that gap is no more because Nunes has come to Liverpool, and even if Mane is not there, then also I think Liverpool are up there with Man City as far as the title race is concerned. But I think so. If Man City are to win the Champions League, they will be winning it this season. I mean, there is no excuse now. They've got everything
Yeah.
now.
Exactly, exactly. And about Liverpool, I mean, this creates a transfer fiasco now that Nunes signing, Mane leaves to Bayern. Then if
Hmm.
Bayern signs Mane, then possibly Lewandowski could leave. And if
Hmm.
Lewandowski leaves, then he could, then only destination for him looks like Barca. So about the
Hmm.
Mane transfer, I think it's an absolute steal, especially with the caliber that Mane has shown at Liverpool. To sign him for like 30 million is absolute steal. So, what do you
Hmm.
think about Mane leaving Liverpool? Is it going to be a bigger hole than expected for Liverpool, or is Darwin Nunes and Luis Diaz are they good enough to fill in that hole that Mane might leave with this transfer to Bayern?
I mean, it's a very good transfer because Sadio Mane is a world class player, no doubt about it. And he will perfectly fit into Bayern's system. There is no doubt about it. So, getting him for such a, meager sum is a steal, as you have said. And but it makes me a bit sad as a neutral to see how Lewandowski and Bayern are saying goodbye to each other because that is something that we lack nowadays, the romanticism in modern football,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
What Lewandowski has done for Bayern Munich over the years, over 6-7 seasons, is absolutely phenomenal. So seeing him leave in such a manner is a bit sad as a neutral. But yes, as far as Mane is concerned, he will be a short success there, no doubt about it.
I mean, for me, like I've started following football since like 2014, 15 only. So for me, if you, I associate Bayern and Lewandowski since, I mean, for a long, long time, I've been known only Lewandowski as that Bayern striker, and to see him leave Bayern is very bad terms, and I expected better from Bayern. I mean, they haven't even
Hmm.
responded to the offer yet that we've made. I mean, rejecting. I mean, they're definitely going to reject it, but I mean, they want to keep Lewandowski, understandable, but you need to take into consideration the player's interest to stay as well. He says, I mean, publicly out in an interview, he has said that he wants something new, and he feels that it's been all over the same all over again, season after season. So that is something that I expect should go through. He should be signing for us, but I'm not sure how fast that is going to happen. So then let's come to Barca, and I mean the signings we have done already is Kessie, Christensen, and Torre as of now. We're looking close. to, I mean, the De Jong saga still continues, but what is your opinion on that? Frankie De Jong to United. I mean, it is the perfect signing for United, but from Frankie's perspective, what do you think is about this whole saga with United?
If I am Frankie De Jong, I would not want to leave. To be honest, like I want Champions League football. I am pretty settled in Barcelona. I am the main man in the midfield. So why would I want to leave? But right now, if we see Barcelona, if they are to, you know, improve their financial situation, then the only sellable asset that they have right now, which can generate some significant funds, is Frankie De Jong. Apart from that, Barcelona do not have any players which they can sell for big money. So it's a necessary cut that they will have to make. But personally, I think Xavi would not want Frankie De Jong to leave. Xavi has always maintained that how important Frankie De Jong is to Barcelona's system. Frankie De Jong has always maintained that how he loves Barcelona and how he wants to stay there. But I think it's a necessary evil
Hmm.
that Barca need to commit to improve the finances because they have left with no option.
See, Chelsea have now contacted Alejandro Balde's entourage,
Hmm.
and I mean, MD is not reliable, so
Uh,
there are like
uh,
very few reliable journalists. MD is one of the least
See,
reliable, I would say. So,
even if Chelsea were to sign him, no, he will come to Chelsea.
hmm.
Chelsea will send him on loan to Fulham, and then Chelsea will sign a left back for 65 million. I know how Chelsea works. Chelsea don't sign young players to give them first team chances. He
They
is
sign him to.
110% going to Fulham or Crystal Palace if he is being signed by Chelsea, I don't
Uh,
want him to sign for Chelsea. It would be a
hmm.
foolish decision on his part. Apart, if see if the regime has changed and if owners and the manager Thomas Tuchel are working in tandem together, and the
Hmm.
manager really wants कि भाई Alejandro Balde is the man who can be a
Ah.
good backup to Ben Chilwell, then only go after him. Otherwise, no.
Hmm. And as we talk, I mean, on Twitter, Fabrizio has confirmed that Fabio Vieira from Benfica, if I'm not wrong, has signed for Arsenal. Release clause
Porto, I
has
think he's from
been.
Porto.
Oh,
I think he's
Porto,
from
I'm
Porto.
sorry. Yeah.
Uh,
He's from Porto, and his
hmm.
release clause has been paid. And to be honest, I haven't seen him play, so I'll have to look up and
Me neither.
see. And I
Hmm.
mean, talking about Arsenal and Bissouma to Tottenham Hotspur, that is something which I feel Arsenal missed out on, because if you look at last season when Partey got injured, they tried Lokonga in midfield, but he didn't work properly for them. I mean, he's still young, 21-year-old in the Premier
Hmm.
League. So I felt that Bissouma would have been the perfect, like party rotation for Arsenal, but seemed like there was no interest from Arsenal side. So what do you think about that and Arsenal's transfers in general?
I think right now Arsenal has the weakest pull of all the clubs, to be honest, because the manager, okay, he is good, but he is not a proven manager with European or Premier League pedigree. Like he's won titles and all, nothing like that. He's
Mm-hmm.
a young manager who is trying to make an impression right now. He has done quite well last season, Mikel Arteta, no doubt about it. He has proved me wrong also. I thought that he won't be able to take Arsenal anywhere, but he did really well with Arsenal last season. So props to him. But right now, what Arsenal need is some aggression in the recruitment staff. Like, for
Hmm.
example, the recruitment that you just mentioned about Spurs. So, if you look at the backroom staff of Spurs, it consists of Fabio Paratici. Now, Fabrizio
Mm-hmm.
Paratici is someone who was brought
Juventus.
uh, to pursue Conte. So, they have been
Mm-hmm.
planning this for a long, long time. So it depends on the personnel also who are involved with the club and how they are able to pursue players and young players to join their club. Chelsea are right now lacking that because of the ownership change. Marina Granovskaya is not clear about her future. She might leave Chelsea by the end of August. So all of this is leading Chelsea to work a bit slower in the market right now. But I think if Arsenal, if I talk about see, they can, uh, I mean, pursue some young players. The good talents would really want to come, stay in London, play for Arsenal, play in the Premier League. But the thing is that if any other clubs are also interested in the same player in which Arsenal is interested, then
Hmm. Hmm.
Arsenal's chances of
Might
signing
lose
that
out.
player go down considerably.
And what would you consider an ideal transfer window for Arsenal as of now? Because they're being linked with Tielemans. Then they're for a striker signing, they're looking at Gabriel Jesus as of now,
Mhm.
and they're probably looking at a left back. I think he's from Bologna as well, the Hickey, if I'm not wrong.
Mhm.
Those three players are the ones they've been solidly linked with. But do you think that completes their transfer window? Should be ideal for them going into next season, considering they are in the Europa League?
Yeah, I think they definitely need to get a striker, no doubt about it. Because the last season that they fell short of was because obviously because of depth in the midfield. They lacked that Partey replacement or Partey backup, whatever you want to call it.
Hmm.
Then they did not have a clinical goal scorer up front. Lacazette and Nketiah were able to do that job in bits and pieces, but they really need that presence up front. So yeah, left back, okay, they can do without because they have Tierney and Tavares. They have two
Hmm.
decent players there. Tavares is not Premier League class,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
he is. With all due respect, I don't consider him Premier League material. But Tierney is a decent player. So left back, I think, should be lowest in the priority for them. But yeah, definitely they need a center midfielder and a striker for sure.
Hmm. Rahul Chaitanya is asking about your opinions on City's transfer this season. I think we talked about it, saying that Alvarez and Haaland is done, and possibly, linked with Mark Cucurella for that left back position, and even Calvin Phillips, if I'm not wrong, they've agreed personal
Yes,
terms
yes,
with, so
Calvin
should
Phillips.
be the
Yes,
perfect
yeah.
window.
Yes, yes. Absolutely amazing.
UCL favorites next year. I mean,
Man City.
as definitely every year they are up on that
Hmm.
list.
Definitely. I mean, Man City, then
About
Liverpool
and
again.
come to Real, if yeah, I mean Liverpool, yes, definitely with Nunes and maybe even I mean Real Madrid as usual every year,
Yeah, Real
whether they
Madrid, you
make
have to
signings
put
or
in
not.
top four, no matter what form they are in. You have to
Mhm.
put them in your favorites.
And talking about Real Madrid, Germany to Real Madrid, 100 million. I mean, I saw a lot of enrage among fans on Madrid
Mhm.
signing Germany for 100 million. I mean, Madrid haven't signed a player in God knows how long. So many transfer
Mhm.
windows they have gone without signing a proper player. So definitely they have the funds, and Germany is a very good player. But one argument I have here is that people, I mean, I saw a lot of people saying that their midfield is sorted out for the upcoming 10, 15 years. But Abhi, if you look at Madrid's midfield, there's Casemiro, Cruz, and Modric. You have Modric
Mhm.
and Cruz who can provide creativity. But if you look at Kamavinga, Chomeni, and Valverde, you have, I mean, out of those three, I don't think anybody is creative enough to replace Modric. So, do you think that's Real Madrid need another midfielder, or do you think these three will work for Madrid as the three midfielders?
Well, I think right now they don't need. They can, lay their eyes on another midfielder once Modric decides to move on. But right now, if they are to get another midfielder, so they'll effectively have seven midfielders. Then it creates a problem of
Hmm.
giving game time to players properly. So
Hmm.
that is something that Carlo Ancelotti does not like in the first place. He always likes to work with smaller squads. He only trusts a group of, say, 13, 14 players, which he plays week in, week out. So That is something I think will not happen immediately. But yeah, once Modric decides to move on, we can see Real Madrid moving in the market for that creative midfielder.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And I guess that's pretty much all the transfers, if I'm not wrong. Let me just quickly go through if we have anything left. And is it anything you want to discuss in general? Do let me know. We can talk about it as well. And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, we've pretty much discussed almost all transfers. Barca, we've done. Talked about Chelsea as well. What type of play? I mean, Jude Bellingham is. I mean, I can see him moving from Dortmund very soon. Maybe not maybe this transfer window, but maybe next or the window after that, because
Hmm.
he is a very very talented player, and I don't see him staying at Dortmund for so long. So, if you had to pick a club for Bellingham, which club would he ideally fit in, Baba?
Definitely Liverpool, because they need a upgrade on Henderson. And if if Bellingham, Fabinho, and Thiago play together, the midfield looks scary. So
Hmm.
Liverpool are quite
Definitely.
right showing their interest in Jude Bellingham.
Hmm. Hmm. Why does City fail in UCL? I mean, last the finals, though we can say that he overthought and didn't play a CDM, and that cost them the win. But I mean, in general, it's just that there. I mean, there's no particular reason you can pick out. Squad is good. You have a very good manager. Just like against Real Madrid, they got extremely unlucky and conceded like two last minute goals, which showed. I mean, they need more experience.
Hmm.
Of course, Luis Diaz is there. I mean, my bad. Ruben Diaz is there at the back. He's your leader, but still needs more top flight experience and those big Champions League experience still to come in for City. I think this season should ideally be City's season, if I'm hopefully right.
Yeah, I think this season City will big something big. City, matlab,
Hmm.
always they win something big, but this season definitely they will be the ones to watch out for Champions League. See, if you can't do it with Haaland, then I don't know what you need to win it all.
Exactly. Exactly. So I guess that's pretty much it. Anything you want to discuss, Baba? Any topics in
Yeah, I
general?
guess that's about it. See, I'm a Chelsea fan, and I have not really heard my club making any movements in the transfer market. So that is right now, me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't also, have much to say because Chelsea are not allowing me to say anything. They're not giving me a chance to say anything.
Hmm. Can Messi
Hmm.
move to Premier League next year? No chance. His
No, no,
contract
no.
expires, and can Chelsea? Chelsea's. I mean, I don't think he's coming anywhere near Premier League after this. Maybe MLS is what it looks like to Beckham's Inter Miami is what it looks like. So
Yes.
I guess that pretty much wraps up today's episode. So it was a pleasure hosting you, Baba. Hopefully, we
Thank you,
do a
bro.
lot
Thank
more
you.
content coming going forward, and have a
Definitely,
great day
definitely.
ahead.
Definitely.
Okay,
Thank you, bro, for having me on. Thank you so much.
definitely. Okay, bye bye.
Bye. Take care, guys.